So in this lesson, we will learn how to use formula-based prompts, right? So now, if you can use ChatGPT in a way where you can change the prompt with very minimal changes, right? So you make a few changes and make a whole new output, right? So how you can do this? This is simple to formulas. Like for example, if you have formula for area of a square, right, side into side, so you have to just input, okay, side is 5 and 5 into 5, the area of square is 25. So similar to that prompt also, we can have something similar to this, where you have in a sort of blanks left out in the prompt, which we call placeholders. So there will be placeholders within the prompt, and you fill the placeholders uh, and keep changing the placeholders to have a completely different and a totally different output for that, right? So let's see this in action. Now if we go ahead and see, let's say for content creation, okay, now this is how a formula will look. Okay, now let's say I'm just going to do this. I'm going to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, I want to, I want you to act as a role. Acting related topic we have just covered in our previous lesson. So if you missed that, you have to watch it. Create dash number of blog posts on dash the topic, each focusing on subtopics. And you write a subtopic. The tone should be again blank, right? So now immediately after that, what you do is you go to your formula and basically replace the variables, like where the placeholders were there, right? So you want to say, I want you to act as blog writer, create 5 blog posts on remote work productivity, each focusing on benefits. The tone should be friendly, right? And if I press, you'll get one sort of output, right? Now this is such a useful tip and such a useful learning within ChatGPT as prompts, which will actually like easily 10x your productivity, right? So now if you see this particular prompt, it says the top 5 benefits of remote working for your productivity. Then it has key points, right? And then it has how remote work reduces stress and boosts focus, and then summary and key points. So now what it did is it did 5 topics based with subtopics, and all of these are focusing on benefits on, right? Now I can just go ahead and change this benefits to risks, and this tone to be just say casual. I'm just going to enter. Now you can just see the whole output has changed, right? So the danger of overworking, how remote work blurs boundaries, feeling isolated, the risk of loneliness is remote work. Then there is a summary for that. Digital distractions, how to stay focused when you are always online. And a few changes. You're not writing the whole prompt. And the idea is to have such formulas with you in your toolbox and also create such formulas. It could be based upon your own use case in your workplace or in your learning environment. You can come up with a prompt and write these placeholders in brackets, square brackets, and keep changing them based upon your requirement, right? So you can create as many as prompts like this. Let's also look at a few more examples to make the concept stronger. So now if you see this in marketing and sales, this particular example as a formula, let me go ahead, use this on ChatGPT. I'm going to say, act as a professional. The role is email copywriter, think of 5 catchy, attention grabbing email subject lines and content for a campaign on fitness app subscription promotion. The tone should be persuasive and energetic. Each email should be no longer than 150 words. If you see this, email 1. So get fit anytime, anywhere, 50% off just for you. A name, and then there's a body, and then get moving now, and then there's a call to action. It says start your free trial. Now, because you're using this template sort of a method, what you can do is later on a day, instead of food fitness app, you want to do food delivery app, right? It is very easy now for you to not have the whole template being changed, or like look at where do you want to make changes, right? So wherever there was, the app, it will just go ahead and change it. Subject line: unlock unlimited free deliveries, ready to join the club. And then it is also mentioning how many words this email is of. Then it's also giving CTAs and offer coupons and all of those things, right? So can you see how much this is powerful, right? And with only a few changes, you're able to get completely drastic different outputs, right? So now let's look at other examples. Okay, so now if you go for next one, let's say educational and informational formulas, you can say act as an instructor, writer, step by step guide, right? Now step by step is something that we'll also cover in our next session, but you remember the step by step guide on setting up a basic website that covers key points like setup, key features, common mistakes. Make it clear and beginner friendly and keep each step brief. Now, if you use a prompt like this, it'll just go ahead and start generating your results. And it has actually inserted all the uh, placeholders also, and trying to update the prompt directly. So it's just setting up, you know choosing a domain, installing a content management system, theme, site, plugins, and all of those things that it has mentioned, right? And you just have to change, right? Instructor step by step guide, setting up a basic website too, setting up your workspace. Okay, and I'm just going to send. Now it says step by step guide to setting up your workspace. Choose your location, ensure good lighting, set up essential equipment, focus on ergonomics, add key features, avoid common mistakes, personalize. Just you had to just change one word, right? And you got a completely different output. Yeah. So this is basically the power of formulas. Let's go ahead and also look at a few more examples. Brainstorming and idea generation formulas. Imagine you are a creative strategist. Generate 7 unique ideas for YouTube videos on easy DIY crafts. Each idea should be engaging and suitable for beginners. This prompt is really powerful because it has actually included all all things that can be changed in the prompt, right? You can change the number of uh, outputs that are required. You can change the level of difficulty, beginner, intermediate, and all of those things you can do, right? And instead of YouTube videos, you can just say Instagram, and you will get a different sort of an output, right? Really powerful, right? Now let's look at one last example. You can create more formulas like this by yourself with some practice. We'll show you how also. Now let's say you want to create analytical and data driven formulas. Assume the role of a market analyst, analyze service A. It could be anything, like it could be Netflix versus Amazon Prime, the Ola versus Uber, and you can say price, features, content variety. You can ask it to compare between that, and then you can also specify a word limit, right? And then there are a number of examples that you can try here, right? So this is how you can use ChatGPT formulas to make very nominal small changes to get a completely different output. This saves a lot of time and a lot of your thinking time, like how do I do it, where do I format it, and all of those things. Now let's say you have enough formulas in your box, it'll be easy for you to come up with more and more outputs, results as fast as possible. Thank you. Enjoying this video? Boost your skills with our full course. Dive into projects, sharpen your problem solving, and become a confident professional. Ready to learn more? Click the link below or in the description to access the course. We would love to help you on your journey.